An album a day is my exploration into the Korean music scene. This podcast will cover mainstream, indie, and some underground artists within the scene and provide both factual and opinionated commentary. The biggest benefit to sharing my thoughts this way is that it will hopefully expose you to more great music and exploration of your own. 안녕하세요, 여러분. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. You know. 행복, 즐거워요. 즐거워요. Insane. Hello and Happy New Year, everyone. Happiness, joy, life. That's what all of that magic was coming out of my mouth. I'm glad to be back, and I hope that you're glad to be back. We wrapped the debut season, the extra long one, to be honest, on December 18th, 2019. Over 50 episodes. Over 50 episodes. I can't thank you enough. Period. From this point on, we're doing 20 episodes per season with a little leeway for 22 if absolutely necessary. And because I am who I am, I ended the first season's final episode with telling y'all, I'll catch you in 2010. I want nothing to do with that year specifically ever again, so there's that. All I do is win, no matter what. But I had to make myself known with the first season, though. I mean, you know my ambitious historian goals, so points were made. Coming from exclusively being available for content with my face involved, aka YouTube, to leaning heavily into sharing my husky voice early in your day or later in your day. For those who listen in after the 8 a.m. Central Standard Time marker, means having to introduce myself to a potential audience in new ways. Let's chat a bit about today's show after this message.
Your favorite foreign Korean music historian exploring all the industry from A to Z.
There's sponsored ads and social media hashtags, but this show is truly supported by the efforts of my Migualas, the most amazing fan base a little entertainer could ever have. Special shout out to my Patreon patrons, the student body, and the scholars who keep my vision of becoming your favorite Korean music historian exploring all the industry from A to Z a real thing. If you're interested in supporting the growth of this podcast and supporting content, please visit patreon.com/multifacetedacg. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get in on the magic too. Interested in continuing your support at the free $99 price? I love you for it. You can still engage with the show when you retweet, repost, and share the show and use hashtag A3 and the word DAY. You can also tag MULTIFACETEDACG to get my attention. And if you're listening to this podcast on a platform other than Anchor.fm, please leave a few stars or a review to keep things growing in the right direction.
루키 라운드업 쇼 스타트.
I need you to know. I need you to know 3 things. First off, this chocolate that I'm eating right now. I know some of you aren't chocolate lovers, and that's okay. With this Ghirardelli milk chocolate caramel, or maybe you say caramel. It's my absolute favorite. And since Christmas is over, and this was the Christmas package, it was marked down. So I had to have it. So I need you to know that you're going to hear me chew a little bit of that. Number 2, you listened to 3 minutes and 17 seconds worth of introduction to the show. So I know if you've been around for a while that it's a little different. I totally get it. It's a little different to hear all of this pre-edited, pre-recorded introduction, if you will. But it's necessary to take the show to the next level. I'm so sick of when people say something to the next level. It's the necessary things to improve the listening experience. There's clear segues, clear transitions, and the information is articulated better with less popping, thanks in part to the amazing pop screen and shield that I have for my microphone now, and having the time to actually get everything all cleaned up appropriately. Still a little bit too loud in some areas, but not agitating. And third, we are out here slugging it with Patreon. We have over $50 a month in terms of Patreon contribution. So that will allow me, one of the goals I have that will allow me to be able to upload videos onto the YouTube channel, The Great Moments. Remember, it's all one word. You're going to look for a black and white koala winking with a graduation cap on, a mortar hat. And being able to do that for those who don't have the opportunity to pull up a podcast platform of any sort, or they just want to be able to see the actual text to some of the videos, because it's going to take time. We've talked for a long time on both this platform as well as on YouTube about how time consuming it is and how much it costs to get good transcribing, good transcription work done and subtitling. So I'm very excited about that. And again, this is all thanks in part to the support that you all provide. So Rookie Roundup, boy, how long did we wait for us to get over to these rookies? So in 2019, there were a total of 28. Now keep in mind, some of these rookies are not rookies to us. Case in point, Just Two. Like, we know who that is. Those are members from GOT7. Whether or not you are a fan of GOT7 or know their music distinctly, you have heard the name and therefore understand that it's a group that's beyond debut. And Super M, like literally the powerhouses of SM Entertainment, with the exception of a member from TVXQ and a member from Super Junior, like they're not new. But the way that these rookie roundups are going to work is I'm just going to give you a little bit of information about 4 groups at a time. That way we can knock this out in the course of 7 days. And I'm not going to give album reviews because that's not fair. They don't have a full discography, but they definitely need not be ignored. And then just kind of give you my opinion about what they've got going on. So the first group that we're going to look at is One Team. One Team. They're a South Korean boy band. They're under LiveWorks Company. Never heard of LiveWorks Company at all. Their debut day was March 27th, and they had a mini album called Hello, and their debut song was Vibe. There is a total of 5 members. Currently, everyone is present. No one has dropped out of it. You have Ruben, who is the leader and vocalist, BC, the rapper. Almost every group got to have somebody with 2 letters or a 3-letter name. Jinwoo, vocalist. Jaehyun, he's a vocalist. And then Jung Hoon, he's the rapper. I've listened to the 3 projects that they released last year. Their debut, Hello. Then July 11th, they did an album called Just. And then November 6th, they did One. So Hello, Just One is their current discography, which I'm not going to blaze through just yet because, again, it was their rookie year. So we got to wait until we get a little bit further into things. And I've already articulated that it annoys me to no end that I'm going to have to go back to some of these groups and throw off my numerical order. But life goes on. Basically, these guys got it. They have amazing production. I'm very excited for the music that comes on. I like the writing, especially when their rapper delivers. Like they have a genuine it factor that's very exciting. I like the song Vibe. And then they released the song just a few months ago before the year closed up. Almost everyone that I listened to of these first 4 rookies, they all had something released within the past 2 to 3 months. So right before the year closed up, they all managed to release something else. But I like them. They have a very urbanized sound, but you've got some solid vocalists in this group. There's technically 3 vocalists and then 2 rappers, which is common for a 5-member group in the Hallyu Idol starter pack. But I like them a lot. I do recommend that you check them out, give them a little bit of a listen. You might not dive into it as deeply as I did, but I'm a huge fan. The other side of that would be rookie group One the 9, also pronounced as Wonder 9, which, would you guess it? It's 9 members. They're all currently involved too. They became a group through this 2018 competition, which I knew nothing about. It was called Under 19. So it was a survival show, and it's, all the rage in Korea to do those survival shows, but they might have a serious hiatus for a while after all of the legalities and whatnot that went on with one of the shows that was conducted over the past year to a year and a half. It's just been a lot of suspect things going on. I'll say, well, let's go back a little bit further than that. We'll say the past past 3.5. Yeah, that's the best way. Not a guarantee that it impacts them the same way that it's impacted other survival groups. So they debuted February 9th, 2019, and they promote for just 12 months. So they just have 1 year together. So that means it's almost finished. And they're under a label called MBK Entertainment, which I've never heard of before. Their competition show was on NBC, and that was from November 2018 to the actual day that they debuted, February 9th, 2019. And it was initially 57 trainees who participated, but only 9 were selected to be the actual promotional group. I'm trying to find the members' names. Okay, so we have Young Ha. Now, they actually give these young men's whole name. I don't know if these are stage names or not, but bear with me. I'm going to read them Americanized instead of appropriate pronunciation just so I can get on through it. Yu Young Ha, Kim Tae-woo. Well, for us, that would be Kim Tae-woo. Didn't I just say I was going to say it like American? I can't help it. Just say somebody's name right. I don't want somebody saying my name incorrectly. So, Kim Tae-woo. You have Lee Sung-hwan, Shin Ye-chan, Kim Jun-so. It's really Kim Jun-so. Let's get that correct. Kim Jun-so, Jung Do-yum. I like his name. That's a swell name. Do-yum. Yeah, that's a good name. You have Jung Jin-sung. That's not the same as Jong. Jung and Jong are not the same. You also have another Jong. His is Taekyun. And then Park Sung-hwan. So it's 9 gentlemen, and they had 2 projects. They have what is that? They got an album I can't pronounce, and that's only because I don't know my romanization very well. Not romanization, dear God in heaven, give the correct information. Roman numerals. Hear me typing it. Roman numeral this. And it's probably not even what I'm just looking up. Oh, Lord, help me, Jesus, it's a fire. So XIX is 19. I'm like, I know X is 10, but like, you know, the impressive thing about all this, not only am I an English teacher as a second or foreign language, I am also a finance instructor. So like, how trustworthy is that if you don't know your Roman numerals? Pathetic. So 19 is the first project they released, which was April 13th, 2019, and then blah, blah. The interesting thing for me is that the label that these 2 albums were released on also has Kakao M involved in it, and I forgot that Kakao had a music division, so it's really cool. Pocket Doll Studio and Kakao M are the label that had a part in that. I really, really like that. Let's scroll up just for a quick second and click MBK Entertainment so we can understand a little bit more about them. They were established in 2007. It was formerly known as Core Contents Media, established on January 9th, 2007 as a subsidiary label of CJE&M. Oh, yeah. I've not forgotten that at some point this year we're going to get into those labels, the details, as well as just a few things that you hear throughout the episodes, like EP, LP, mini album, just some terminology to help you, you know. But I'm feeling one team. I'm not too big on one the 9. I feel as if because it's such a large group that they need to appeal to the younger masses as best as possible. So the writing and the context of the songs, the topics and whatnot, they don't necessarily resonate with me. But if I was a middle schooler or a very young high schooler, freshman year, if you will, then they might have some interest. I like more than anything the diversity of how the group looks. The group is filled with a lot of different aesthetics, and that's huge. Like you get the same look over and over and over and over and over in these groups, and then you might have 1 or 2 absolutely like upsettingly stunning members. So it's nice to see diversity in the way that the gentlemen look. Very similar to me as 101. There was absolutely someone to appeal to someone. There was an idol for everyone. Next group is AB6, and I'm just trying to figure out like what are the numbers for? I just don't know. So AB6 has 5 members. And this boy band is formed by Brand New Music, and the members are M Young Min, and I'm not certain if he pronounces his Lim or not when referred to it in English, but M Young Min, John Woong, Kim Dong Hyun, Park Woo Jin, and Lee Dae Hui. I know I just said that baby's name wrong. Let's go and look at this appropriately. Let's look for the actual Hangul. No, I said it right. No, that's all correct now. All right. Lee Dae Hui. I really want to say Hui, but that's fish. Like, his name is Hui. And Hui is not fish either. Like, don't listen to me. I'm rusty. I promise y'all I'm going to actually do what I'm supposed to do and improve my Korean reading and comprehension. I'm only 3 months removed at this point. 2.5, let's be real. 2.5 months removed from it being my day-to-day. So just bear with me. This group debuted on May 22nd of last year, and they have just one actual studio album, and then they have an EP. So they have what is this? What is 6IXENSE? What is this supposed to be? 6 cents? Like what? Oh, just Korea with your creative English named things. I just don't understand. Okay, and then they have their EP, Be Complete, just the letter B, and they released a song called Hollywood as well. I mean, they're not bad. And I'm in no space to call anyone's group bad, especially when it becomes a conversation about rookies. They don't have enough performance under their belt, enough experience under their belt just yet to be like, yo, they it. Even though I said that about one team, like they definitely have something, but if they don't have the backing behind them that mid-sized to large labels have, they're not going to go the distance, unfortunately. But another contender in that box with them is AB6. I do like their performance. I think they have the strongest rapper out of everything I've experienced so far. But they're definitely interesting. They would appeal to the high school and younger college crowd as well, I would assume. But hey, to each his, her, or they's own, their own, you like what you like. Finally, we have a girl group. Finally, we have Ariaz, and they are on Star Empire Entertainment, and they've been with them since 2018, but they did not debut until October 2019, October 24th. It was a long time coming for these young ladies. I like this group. I love groups that have a lot of diversity in terms of vocal power, and they remind me of a lot of some of the members of Mamamoo, some of the members of Girls' Generation. I like that. We need that mix of, the veterans versus the veterans too, just not as we'll call Mamamoo the veterans, and we'll call Girls' Generation the legends. They're both veteran groups, but of course there's seniority in there. There's a Hubei Sunbae relationship within that, and Sonashide has more tenure. So the group has Yoonji, Daeun, Shihyun, Yori, Hyogyung. Her name is really interestingly spelled to me in English, but Hyogyung, and then Ju-un. And they can sing their behinds off. And there's already a subunit within the group with just 2 of the members. They did a song of their own, but their debut song is Moonlight Aria, and the debut album is called Grand Opera. I really enjoyed Ouch. I didn't expect that. It's the second song on the album. Ouch is really, really nice. But Moonlight Aria is a very good debut song. It was an opportunity for every girl to showcase her own unique colors and her own unique style. And I liked it a lot. So those are the first rookies that we're going to look at. Those are the rookies I suggest you tune into. We're not going to rank their discographies. They don't have enough time under their belt just yet, but please give them a listen. Support these new babies. You know, it's huge to do so. And that concludes this episode. Just coming on back. You know, it's just, I've been gone. It was a nice break, but I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back, and I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.